The 14th Dalai Lama, Tenzin Gyatso, describes himself as a simple Buddhist monk. He is the spiritual leader of Tibet. He says that as human beings, we are all the same. We all want happiness and do not want suffering. The purpose of spirituality in a secular world is that of a moral compass that tempers the destructive emotions that so often accompany our modern materialism. If you want others to be happy, practice compassion. If you want to be happy, practice compassion. The essence of spiritual practice is your attitude toward others. When you have a pure, sincere motivation, then you have right attitude toward others, based on kindness, compassion, love, and respect. My true religion is kindness. The need for love lies at the very foundation of human existence. It results from the profound interdependence we all share with one another. There is a saying in Tibetan that at the door of the miserable rich man sleeps the contented beggar. The point of this saying is not that poverty is a virtue, but that happiness does not come with the wealth, but from setting limits to one's desires and living within those limits with satisfaction. The root of happiness is altruism, the wish to be of service to others. It is the enemy who can truly teach us to practice the virtues of compassion and tolerance. Through violence, you may solve one problem, but you sow the seeds for another. The time has come to educate people, to cease all quarrels in the name of religion, culture, countries, different political or economic systems. Fighting is useless, suicide. I believe all suffering is caused by ignorance. I am convinced that everyone can develop a good heart and a sense of universal responsibility with or without religion. Because we all share this small planet Earth, we have to learn to live in harmony and peace with each other and with nature. That is not just a dream, but a necessity. Responsibility does not lie with the leaders of our countries or with those who have been appointed or elected to do a particular job. It lies with each one of us individually. An old day passes, a new day arrives. The important thing is to make it meaningful. If I say I am a monk or I am a Buddhist, these are in comparison to my nature as a human being temporary. To be human is basic. The very purpose of religion is to control yourself, not to criticize others. Happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own actions. Love is the absence of judgment. If you think you are too small to make a difference, try sleeping with the mosquito. Our prime purpose in this life is to help others. And if you can't help them, at least don't hurt them. We can never obtain peace in the outer world until we make peace with ourselves. There is a saying in Tibetan: tragedy should be utilized as a source of strength. No matter what sort of difficulties, how painful experience is, if we lose our hope, that's our real disaster. Choose to be optimistic. It feels better. People take different roads seeking fulfillment and happiness. Just because they are not on your road does not mean they've gotten lost. Judge your success by what you had to give up in order to get it. When we meet real tragedy in life, we can react in two ways. Either by losing hope and falling into self-destructive habits, or by using the challenge to find our inner strength. If you can cultivate the right attitude, your enemies are your best spiritual teachers, because their presence provides you with the opportunity to enhance and develop tolerance, patience, and understanding. Take into account that great love and great achievements involve great risk. There are only 2 days in the year that nothing can be done. One is called yesterday, and the other is called tomorrow. Today is the right day to love, believe, do, and mostly live. When you realize you've made a mistake, take immediate steps to correct it. Share your knowledge. It is a way to achieve immortality. Peace does not mean an absence of conflicts. Differences will always be there. Peace means solving these differences through peaceful means, through dialogue, education, knowledge, and through humane ways. When you practice gratefulness, there is a sense of respect toward others. If you don't love yourself, you cannot love others. Be happy to change your goals, but never change your values. Irrespective of whether we are believers or agnostics, whether we believe in God or karma, moral ethics is a code which everyone is able to pursue. I defeat my enemies when I make them my friends. The planet does not need more successful people. The planet desperately needs more peacemakers, healers, restorers, storytellers, and lovers of all kinds. An open heart is an open mind. The way to change others' minds is with affection and not anger. We must recognize that the suffering of one person or one nation is the suffering of humanity. Ultimately, we have to change attitudes, not by law, but by education. To be aware of a single shortcoming in oneself is more useful than to be aware of 1,000 in someone else. The goal is not to be better than the other man, but your previous self. An eye for an eye, we are all blind.